told. And today, first thing I want to say in notes that there should be apology for not having mascots, not having mic apparatus, but that doesn't care. So today's book review we're going to do Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne, and this is one of his really good books. I like it a lot though, and I give this book a 5.5 rating. It's going to be really interesting. And the title pretty much says wherever it is in the book. It's Around the World in 80 Days. And now this starts with this Frenchman named Passepartout. This is not his real name. I mean, this is his real name. It's spelled like that. But since he is a Frenchman, French is always spoken silent. So that's why it is something else, because it is silent. But I'll just call him Passepartout, because, it is which we have to call in English. But in, because it's French, we have to make it silent. Anyway, we're going to just call him Servant. So the servant meets Phileas Fogg, who is his master. First, this servant was a Frenchman who went out to France and then was going and taking everybody and serving everybody like he was the last servant he was got was young Lord Godfrey, who spent nights in aromatic taverns, and he got so drunk that the police had to take him on the back to his home. But then, that isn't a good. But then he found some good master who isn't so cruel and bad, and when he fires his older servant, now this Passepartout servant has come. And then, one day he is at the Reform Club, and Phileas Fogg, he has very good routine. He has everything prepared carefully and planned carefully. And then once he goes to the Reform Club, he has to win this bet, this wager. He has 20,000, I think, 20,000 pounds or whatever. And then he has to win this, and then he says, I'll travel around the world in 80 days. I mean, how can it happen? Okay, it can happen. Maybe it can happen. Maybe it can happen. But in normal, it doesn't happen. This book is really good, and he tells it around the world in 80 days. And now, when he comes back from the Reform Club, he tells servant. Okay, whatever we call him, I won't call something French. So, when he comes, he tells servant about it, and he's like, around the world in 80 days, and how can it happen? And they're going to be taking 80 days. It's going to be exactly 80 days, like from London to Suez by Mia Canis and Manchester by rail and steamboat 7 days. From Suez to Bombay by steamer 30 days. From Bombay to Calcutta by rail 3 days. From Calcutta to Hong Kong by steamer 13 days. From Hong Kong to Yokohama, Japan by 6 days. By steamer. From Yokohama to San Francisco by steamer 22 days. From San Francisco to New York by rail 7 days. From New York to London by steamer and rail 9 days. Total will be 80 days. And that means if he makes it in 80 days, not 81, not 82, not 83, not 84, not 85, not 86, not 87, not 88, and ahead of this, he will win this battle, before 80 days. And he, you see, he is very astounded. He also has a little doubt that if he can do, and then the whole thing is, spread upon the whole world, that what he's traveling around the world in 80 days. And then they are interviewing him. And then first they take the rail, and then he goes, and but then when he reaches, there's this rascal Lamb Fix, who is a detective, and he thinks that Phileas Fogg is this guy who has, left there, who has just robbed this bank, and now he is informing to issue the warrant arrest for Phileas Fogg, which is another big lie. He didn't know about it, and he is going, and now there's gonna be this cat and mouse game, and then he, tries to catch him. And he comes face to face with him. Then he chases Fogg through India. And there is this woman named Auda, who is a Parsi, and who was about to be slaughtered. And then Passepartout, the Frenchman, we can call him servant, came out and he rescued her. And they are all on their journey. And then after that, they go to Hong Kong, and over there, then through China, and then to Japan. And in Japan, Fix comes to Fogg, and he doesn't tell him he is a detective. And Fix, first he doesn't have to encounter Phileas Fogg like this so easily and tell him, hi, I'm a detective. No, not like this. And not come up him and arrest him just even quickly. He has to wait for the warrant. So first he has to take the right hand. Whenever you want to take down somebody, don't go with the ass. Go the full hog. I mean that, first go for his right hand, then go for his left hand, then go for his body. That was I mean. So that is what I mean. So he has to go after his servant Passepartout. So then he goes into this tavern and talks about him and then tells him that he's a bank robber and this and that and all this false stuff, and he fabricates it, and then he takes everything out of context, and he's telling that he got out of 80 days just because he wanted to go somewhere else, and then he takes it all out of context and it's all fabricated, and now he tells everybody else, and the whole world is like, he only made the bet for just the issue. He actually wanted to run from the authority. Oh my God. And then Fix fabricated so much, and then he makes the Frenchman so drunk that he faints. That Fix runs away. So he gets on board of the Carnatic, which is this, we can say ship, and Passepartout, he is fainted over there. But he meets with Fogg later on. Then they go in New York, and where is a band of Sioux. What is Sioux? A Sioux is a North American tribe. Sioux is a North American tribe who are these, North American Indians, you can say, who raided this train. And then they kind of get out and they come to a fort. And after that, they go to England, and in London. That's it, only 10 minutes remaining for, we can call it the wet bet, and he at last gets the bet. First in London, he is arrested by Fix, who has the warrant arrest. But after some days, on the 80th day, he comes and tells that the person is caught. So he Fogg gets out and he wins the bet in just 5 seconds remaining. So at the 56th second, before some 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, at the 56th second, with only 4 seconds remaining, and he wins this bet. And it's a really good book, and I'm telling you, this is just something I want to tell you about Around the World in 80 Days. And yes, it's a very close call, and Jules Verne, he's a really good author, but it's not as good as other authors. I can say I can give this book at least, instead of 5 rating, I can give it a 4.3 rating, but still, the book was outstanding. My recommendation is that they should have made the book even more shorter, like not such a long way, like Around the World through sea, not Around the World through land or rail. I mean that should have made it more shorter and more challenging. Like he made it like Around the World in 50 days. It would have been a more better title, because 80 days is not a good title. I mean, it should be Around the World in 50 days or 100 days, a number which always deals with 50 days or 100 days. Just joking. Anyway, kidding. I mean that it's a really good book. I didn't need any recommendations for it. When you read it, you don't need any recommendations. He has also written other books like, you can call that 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And that is another book which is really famous. And yeah, it's a very famous book. But that is a review for another time. And then there is Journey to the Center of the Earth, and that is also a good book. That is also a book review for another time. But until then, this is all for today. And if you want to see more videos, go to my website zidanehamid.com, or even log into my Facebook page, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be waiting for your feedback. Allah Hafiz.